Distinguished guests, welcome back to the Low Budget LCS. My name is LaChance, and I am joined today once again by the ever-effervescent Vega. Welcome back, man.
I love when you talk dirty to me. Happy to be back. Happy to broadcast again.
Dude, and back from a very specific event as well. I very specifically did not ask you about this when we were talking before. Tell me about the LCS. I heard you met some LBLCS members IRL, and we are gonna switch over to the draft while you talk about that, because I gotta know how that event was.
Yeah, it was awesome. High budget LCS was cool. It was a really fun weekend. Got to see a bunch of esports friends I hadn't seen in a while. A bunch of people. It was in my home state, so I got to see some IRL friends too.
Love it.
But yeah, a couple LBLCS people I ran into. It was really awesome. People pinging me on Discord to get some stickers away. It's really nice putting faces to names. So yeah, it was an awesome weekend.
Dude, that's sick. Did you see any esports celebrities?
I saw a pretty fair amount of people. I got to talk actually with Inero, the GM for Golden Guardians, for a while.
Sick.
Because we know each other through mutual work stuff before. And the Golden Guardians box was right next to our seat, so we were able to kind of like chat them up.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Okay, I got to get my draft prediction in early.
Oh, dude,
here.
yes, of course. Right, of course, Vega. Fucking 7D chess coming in with the predictions. Tell us about
it's already
draft.
happened. I was going to say 100% Nyla does not make it through in these games, but they've already banned it. So I'll make a second follow-up prediction, which is that I believe we will probably have... I'm gonna go easy tonight. I'm gonna say a 90% chance that Kaisa is picked in each game.
Okay, Kaisa, you think it's going to get through the draft, or you think it's going to be pick ban?
I think it's going to get through the draft and get picked. I think both teams really like Kaisa.
Love it. That's beautiful. Okay, if one team gets Kaisa, I mean, maybe this is giving away too much for free, but do you have an idea of what's picked against the Kaisa?
I definitely think Zaya. I was going to say Zaya's the other highest priority between the two teams, but Zaya's already locked in. So
there it is, guys.
I think the two teams kind of have like different ways of going about the game. I think I'm gonna butcher this all night, but Twempest Flame. I'm gonna do my best to say it like that all night.
Fuck that up,
guys.
Don't you worry.
They're a team that really likes to play like carry tops and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to play stuff like Vigar. They have some like wild Nico picks and stuff like that in the mid lane. A lot of fun stuff. Whereas on the side of Suboptimal Gaming, their mid laners. Assassins. So it's a little bit of a different style of gameplay, but I love it because they're both undefeated and they both have different play style.
That's so sick. We're getting the real, rock, paper, scissors up here. Full ass, potentially some full ass counters to each other. What would be, do you think one of them has a better matchup based on how they've been playing? Or is this just two professionals bringing their best game to the table?
I think it depends. I think both seem to be very good at executing on what their style is. It's hard to pick one that I think is much better. Twempest Fame, both are undefeated, obviously, haven't lost a series yet. But Suboptimal has lost one less game.
Okay.
Not that I think that's a really big... And there's the Kaisa. So...
Dude, there it is. Vega's on the board, guys.
Okay, that's it. That's my only prediction.
Perfect.
I do think both seem to be really good at it. But you know me, I love to be the spear instead of the shield. So Suboptimal Gaming likes to be the spear in the mid lane. And I love that.
Oh, hell yeah. So excited to see these guys. As you said, two top of the table teams here to take first place one way or the other. Gonna be a great matchup. We will, of course, be doing predictions. And for all you folks who tuned in last night, we're gonna find out together whether or not my computer crashes. It happened only 4 times last night, so we'll see how it goes down tonight. Crankenchum making a big deal out of this GP. Seems like someone's got the champion they want to play.
Yeah, pretty good GP player. I actually think against them not this series, but the series before, it was banned all 3 games, which obviously leads to some sort of research that people had done that it's good. But comes through the draft this time. I gotta say, Zaya being able to kite back, Gangplank being able to kite back. I know Udyr's one of the hardest champions to run down in a game. I like that juxtaposition to Rel, Sejuani, Kai'Sa, Shin, all these champions that want to dive into you, get on top of people.
Yes.
You already have clear, battle lines being drawn through the draft here, and if that Melio is locked in, I love Melio, right? Also a great disengaged champion.
100%. Also, yes, for the stream, Skrunkle is the safe word. If the stream crashes, what will happen is that I won't really be able to know that. I'll be able to hear everyone, but I won't be able to move my mouse or control my computer. So just type Skrunkle in chat and I'll know if the stream has crashed. And then we'll probably be back in the next 90 seconds. Thank you.
Frankly, I'll be
Kenzada.
offended if I don't get to be a part of it. If I don't get to be a part of a crash stream, I'm going to be offended.
I don't know, man. You have been my full-ass good luck charm this season. Very few technical
crash
issues.
in playoffs.
Dude, it will crash in playoffs. That is for sure. A best of 5 series? Are you kidding? I don't know if this baby was built to be on for more than 3 hours at a time. So we'll see how that goes. All right, draft has been completed, which means we are going to start the prediction while they do the draft once again in client. And yes, hold on, help me out. I'm a smart guy. Suboptimal Gaming is on the red side. I can't spell though. Optimal Gaming and Twempest. Flame. Beautiful. Who will win game 1? Folks, throw those schmeckles on the table. See if you can be blessed by Lady Luck tonight. And then once all that's in, what we're gonna do while we're waiting for the countdown for the game to start in that little spectator delay, we're gonna play this video that Suboptimal Gaming made. They made like an intro to the team video, which I gotta say really brought me on board. I was bullied into streaming this, but I'm happy that I was. This is gonna be a very exciting match. Also, real quick, thank you so much to our most recent investors in the low budget LCS: Avaguri Kova, Clemency, Torn Promise, and Biomatrix IO. I'm not sure how to say that I0O bit, but that was my take on it. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Vega, we've got the drafts in front of us. We've got the full compositions. What do you think? Who's come out with a sharper edge here?
I will say, if it was just blind, I didn't see the name. Suboptimal Gaming's comp, I feel like, is a little bit more easy to operate. It's very clearly what everybody's role is. You have the Rel, Sejuani, the Shin, Kai'Sa following up the engage, LeBlanc looking for picks and harassing people down. But I don't know how much you've played against Emilio. He feels really bad to play engage into. The Q can interrupt engages, such as Rel's W, Sejuani Q. He can actually bounce you back during it. And we've seen a couple times throughout weeks, teams have been able to, when they set up these anti-dive comps, such as Gangplank, Zaya, things like that, Malphite even to a degree, if you don't burst out the carries in that initial dive, the counter engage with the Malphite ult, the Zaya ult, Gangplank barrels can wipe your team out. For Suboptimal Gaming, it's all in or nothing with their comp. So I think it's execution. I do think Suboptimal Gaming has the easier, it's a lot easier to dive than it is to counter a dive. But if Twempest Flame plays their comp correctly, I do think they can team fight their way out of this game.
Well, we're going to see this game 1, in all the series that we've cast together. I think we've really seen the role that game 1 plays in the mentality and the lessons learned. The fact of the matter is you can lose game 1. That's fine. It just matters whether or not you educate yourself, whether or not you evolve in between game 1 and 2. So I can't wait to see these unique styles get played out on the Rift.
And I'm betting for the first time ever tonight.
Oh, dude, yes.
I've never bet before, but I am betting on this one. Sometimes you just wait, see what everyone says, and see what makes the most money.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yes.
Just smart investing.
I always vote for the lowest to the team that's been bet on less. I wanna feel alive, man.
I need that dopamine hit of the giant cash out.
Dude, yes, 100%. 100%. I'm an underdog guy. I've recently started getting into soccer a little bit.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah. I mean, it was just that Welcome to Wrexham show, which kind of brought me into the fold, gave me a base level understanding of soccer and how it works. And yesterday, I've been following their season for this last year, and it has been a real exciting rise. They play in the lowest tier of professional soccer that you can play in, and they're trying to climb their way up back into the leagues.
I watched some of it, and I watched what's the Apple TV show? It's not real soccer.
Ted Lasso?
Yes, I've started watching Ted Lasso.
Dude, yes. Such a banger. Have you caught up, or are you like in those first seasons?
I'm not caught up with the most recent season. So, but I love it. And usually stuff like that's what really gets me into like a sport, either that or a video game.
Totally.
Like, I actually got into football originally by playing Madden 07, and then was like, oh, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to start watching football.
Dude, same with me and my buddies. We started playing FIFA, and we were like, all right, we understand this game a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even though it's a horrible game. EA, what are you doing,
Oh,
guys?
yeah, gosh.
Jesus. Beautiful. Darson son, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate the hell out of that, man. And Manraji, thank you so much for being a newest investor in the low budget LCS. Appreciate that follow. Thank you, dude. Thank you. It was a real, we really leapt for it. Okay, we're gonna do this. Oh wait, fuck. How am I gonna do this thing?
I believe in you.
Thank you, man. I
I have nothing but faith.
Thank you, dude. I just saw. Hold on. Where is this? Is it my downloads? Explorer. Look at the downloads. We'll go to this. Oh shit! Sorry. Okay. All right. Now Vega, you're not gonna be able to hear any of this.
I gotta turn the stream on. Hold on.
It's gonna be delayed. Guys,
that's okay.
Basically what has to happen is I don't know how to make the sound work. So I'm going to play the noise on my desktop, and I'm going to like hand sync it up to what's going to play on the stream. So just know the obvious beats in the transition are when they would be apparent. Anyways, you'll get it. All right, let's try this. 3, 2, 1.
And 1,000 times I've seen this road, 1,000 times. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots.
Beautiful. All right. Excellent. That seemed to have worked.
This is tier 1 content. That is tier 1 content.
Dude, right? I love that. They totally got me with that. That was just like a great that was just
That's
a great
so good.
like intro video. It was fire. It was fire for sure. And the perfect amount of time, honestly, because we are actually going to be getting into game.
Yeah.
Detective Purple
I
wants to
love that.
swap their vote now. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
honestly, I'm sold.
Yeah, man. It's the pics of them as children was a great choice. Oh yes, and it appears as though we've transitioned into the game.
Can you share screen to me?
Yes.
You're the best.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work, guys.
It's gonna work.
Luffy
It
just
appears
said.
to be working.
I just saw in the Discord that Luffy just said, "Can't wait for 9 pings from the Discord from the stream tonight."
Honestly, what else could you want?
I know, right? We deliver on our promises. Okay. Folks, we are in it to win it. Game 1 of Twempest Flame for Suboptimal. Brought to you by the Little Bit of LCS. Can't wait to see how this plays out. A 5-point defense. Vega, can you use your precog powers to reach into the future and rip out the answer to the question of which lane gets the first kill? Where will we find death in the opening minutes of this game?
I'm actually looking mid lane here. LeBlanc's electrocuting Knight. That's usually code word for I want to fight you at level 2. I want to all in you. And Malphite's a melee. Even though most people think of Malphite as like a tank, that early level 1, level 2, he's still a melee champion. The armor shield does not help a lot against LeBlanc early on. And Malphite's really weakest until he gets the go button, right? Until he gets that level 6 and he can do all the fun stuff. He's really susceptible to ganks, and LeBlanc with Ignite and Electrocute can put out a lot of damage early.
Well, I think that's actually a really spot on guess. I think that's a really good idea. Now, you think it's going to involve a jungle gank or just early on? I mean, here's the fighting. You're already talking about it.
It could involve a gank. You never know really what to expect with Udyr Sejuani. Udyr's paths are so weird, and
Right.
a lot of times Udyr ends up in places you can never expect. Sejuani probably wants to full clear, get through the initial clear, get to that level 6 as fast as possible. So action probably will be in the 1v1. But if Malphite plays it well and understands that, don't get too aggro, just kind of play to scale,
Right.
It's fine.
I can't help but notice that the man whose summoner name is Explosive is playing a champion whose whole thing is exploding barrels.
Yeah, I like that. I like when people's names match up with what they're playing.
Right.
Yeah, I hate seeing someone named like Caitlyn Main and the guy's playing like Jinx.
Right. It's just like, all right, you clearly didn't get the champion you wanted to play tonight.
Come on.
So far, though, pretty patient laning. I mean, it is very early on. We see junglers on opposite sides of the map. Boy, Dreamy really trying to make Vega's prediction come true here.
He's trying to. I really love this play from Sejuani right now. His mid lane has total priority right now. It has to shovel Malphite. Malphite can really do a thing. And using that time to sneak in here and steal the blue away from Udyr.
Absolutely. Do you know how impactful that's going to be to Udyr? Does he function off of that blue buff, or will that just be more of a minor inconvenience?
It's a minor. It's more minor. It's it's a nuisance. It does help Sejuani get to that. Oh, a little bit of trading here. It does help Sejuani get to that 6 faster. As obviously Udyr wasn't able to take anything away on the other side, right? So Sejuani cuts that. It also helps. She drops a ward in there after taking it. It gives them a little information on where Udyr is. Lets LeBlanc walks up to make sure Scuttle's not being taken yet. A lot of really good moves to set their jungler up for success.
Absolutely. These bot lanes really eyeing each other. Nobody's pulled the trigger yet, but there have been some real offensive positioning from Rel here, letting them know that they could go in. But you said the Milo interaction can kind of just stuff this engage in the face?
Yeah, when played correctly, the Q bounces back regardless of what you're doing, if you're dashing or anything. So you will look to see Milo or Emilio hold that to do that interruption. But has a lot of tools anyways. Has the W that heals and increases range, and the E that shields. A lot of good tools to help with engage. And you don't expect really Xayah and Kai'Sa to brawl too much early. They're both champions that kind of want to get some items before they start doing things.
Right, and then you get the truly miraculous, untouchable levels of them where they're dashing around and just being a full nightmare for everybody.
Exactly. The real question will we get Zhonya's out of either AD carry in this?
Oh yes. God, that was such a that purchase lives in my head rent free.
That has changed my life. I can't look at AD carry the same anymore. I'm always like, should I get a Zhonya's here?
Yeah.
Is this a Zhonya's angle for me?
remaking the form. Sejuani looking mid. We've seen junglers poke around a lot, actually, walking up into these bushes, just kind of seeing if there's an opportunity, but it doesn't look like anybody wants to force it just yet. They are happy to just farm normally, get the gold that they need, and sort of power up for when they maybe group for, per se, this dragon that's on the table right now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams operate very heavily off their ultimates, right? Shin and GP, both champions who want to get their ultimates and impact the map. Sejuani very much wants her ult. Malphite wants his ult, you know. A lot of champions like that want to function in that way. So I think both teams, at least currently, are totally fine to handshake and kind of play more to that stage when they're on ultimates. Big thing I want to give a shout out here is Malphite's down in farm, but that's actually fine for Malphite. Does want to collect a little bit more of this wave as it crashes. But a lot of players do this thing where they contest waves where they realistically can't, and they end up dying and losing the wave. Malphite's done a good job of saying, okay, I'm going to let you poke me, I'm going to miss some CS, but I'm not going to give you a kill. I'm not going to give up a kill to you. You know, I'm gonna still get EXP, I'm going to get to my level 6, you know, and then I'll be able to farm when I have the threat of my ult.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, this is clearly somebody who went into the matchup knowing what kind of deal they were going to get, and they are prepared to, you know, lose this early part of the game gracefully. And reap the rewards of later on. A very nice, just a clean dragon play right here, grabbed by Suboptimal. They've got that Caustic Drake. Looks like Mountain Drake is the next one on the table here as well. God, Dreamy, just dashing in slowly. This is the way of assassins, isn't it? You know, you just chip them down a little bit to the point where you're like, I think I can do the rest of that, and you just go in with the full combo.
Yeah, you're getting to that point on LeBlanc now where, you know, and RQW Ignite might, you know, put Malphite in dangerous
speaking
spot.
of the devil, there it is. The combo, as Vega described it, the Ignite dropped as well, but that rock is too sturdy. Not gonna fall today, not yet.
Yeah, that's huge for Malphite. The Ignite's out, the pressure's off, can TP back to the lane, and now you have a little bit less of that threat, right? You're like, okay, the Ignite's down, I survived the all-in. Now I can TP back, has the Bulwark finished, will be a little bit tankier in that mid lane. You've avoided disaster in the first couple minutes of the game.
Absolutely, and as these ults come online, look at this, gold basically even, both teams showing they've got the basics down. Everyone here knows how to dribble and pass the ball, and now as the game goes on, we're going to start needing to see some trick shots if they're going to move the game forward.
Yeah, and it's important to note that when you're blue side, one of your lanes is going to get counterpicked, right? You know red side's going to counterpick one of the lanes, and LeBlanc is the last pick of the draft, but good job here by blue side for recognizing that, hey, top lane and bot lane are both winning matchups, and they're both doing very well early in the game.
Rel's going to dive in right here. Melio stuck in between. They get that stun off. Feisty going forward. The CC with the Sejuani ult, and the first blood goes to Feisty. That was clean as hell. Didn't even see the Shen channeling in, but the whole kitchen sink showed up to that fight.
Yeah, that was awesome execution. The Shin ult gets the assist for Shin, which is good because right now there's no TP, and that is going to be some free pushing for Gangplank in the top lane. Should be able to almost even this gold lead out that they get from First Blood. Question is, what can they do with the pressure they get bot now, right? They've already got one dragon, but this puts pressure on the tower now.
No,
see what they can get done.
One tower shot taken by the Rel, but that's okay. They're going to back off there. Yeah, I mean, my takeaway from that play was just how clean it was. They really dropped everything on them. They secured it. And I think it's better to have maybe spent one more ability than you should have rather than letting somebody get out of the trap you've set for them.
Absolutely. And Shin gets the assist, so it does get some of that gold on the actual assist on the kill. And the way they layered the CC was very good. The Rel W, waits a second, then stuns, waits a second.
Rel going in again as well. Xayah tried to walk up. She's got the ult, so she can save herself. Just a little bit of flash away from Feisty. Does not want to be on the other end of that E from Xayah. These auto attacks going low. That's going to be the kill right there. Feisty's going to go in. She gets the shield. She goes airborne. The exhaust, though, might not be enough, and they get a double, a clean kill here in the bot lane for Twempest Flame.
Yeah, Twempest Flame says, we see your global, we'll raise you another one. The GP ult in the bot lane turning that fight. Also, nice trading in the top.
Holy shit, where did Shen's health? Oh, those crits coming out from Gangplank. He's walking up. Oh, he wants it. He wants to deal the rest of the damage, but he knows he is squishy.
That's the completed Essence Reaver on Gangplank right now. A lot of damage
Dude,
out
but
of that
look at
Q.
this. We might see a 2v2 up here. So the Rat going around. Sejuani in a rough spot, trying to dash away. Wadini walking down as well, but I don't know if they have enough health. He might just have to leave him there. A flash over. Sejuani's got double buffs as well. We'll see if that comes into play as almost to safety, but health so low. The flash forward, he gets it, but the taunt and the W. Gangplank saves himself, and Shen is in a really rough spot here. I don't know how Shen gets out of this. It'd have to be an incredible counterplay up there. Just one Q should do the trick. Oh, wait, he blocks it. Hold on a second. He's got the shield. He's causing more trouble. There's the extra Q. Gangplank gets it in the end. Oh, very close.
What a play. I mean, I thought that was going to be really... Gangplank going to get the execute?
He's dead. Oh, he was chased off the LeBlanc as well. Didn't even see that roam up there. Really well played that the mid laner's going to come up in shadow when that top lane's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge for Shin also to get that shutdown. We
Maybe
might see a
bot
dive
lane
in the bot.
feisty. Another under tower dive. Another outplay having to be made by suboptimal if they're going to live. But that is just going to be an easy pullback with the feathers from the Zai, and they're going to pick up another kill.
Great job here by the blue side making
And in the mid lane,
Oh,
Dreamy going combo.
we don't get a second.
All right, not so much of a kill threat here with the LeBlanc into the Malphite. But, sorry, as you were saying.
Okay, yeah. We have constant action right now on the map, but really that's what happens when you have an engage comp that's trying to play to their engage, but they're a little bit behind. They don't really have an option but to fight, right? You don't really want to sit back and farm a lot of times on this road because you get harassed out by the Melio, vice versa. Top lane Shin, just has to eat the barrels. And right now they're trying to make plays, but it's just an excellent job by Twempest Gaming to eat that pressure. We get a gank in the mid lane.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. The chains landing onto the Malphite, but that ult is just as good as an escape as it is an engage, and he gets his way to safety.
Okay, big stuff about that. Malphite ult is out, and the dragon is up. They didn't expend the Sejuani ult or ignite or anything off the LeBlanc, so they have a window here for this dragon. See if they use it.
Yeah, there's the opportunity. We'll see if they want to keep trying to kill. Nice Rift Herald being dropped right here. They're going to get that charge off. Dreamy trying to stay safe, trying to find that balance between where is the safe spot and where can you be if you decide to dive in. Boy, Wetalini. Wetalini? Is it Wetalini? It's Wetalini in a little bit of trouble again. Knows they need to dodge this barrel when it comes out. Okay, Q goes through. That's a nice taunt. Baits out the cleanse, but there it is, even with the flash. Can't miss with that Q. Over the wall, finding Avaros right here. Dreamy goes in instantly. The Rat as well, pulling back. They see the Malphite, but I believe the ult was used before, and now the bot lane coming around. This is a choke point right here. I don't know if Rel's going to go in. That's going to be massive. Xayah, though, keeping herself safe, and a huge amount of damage coming out of that Xayah right there. It is hard to fight them in a choke point.
It is. Rel taking one for the team there, saying, you know what, I'll go in. I'm going to CC everybody up. I'm going to get my carries out of the fight. You can very clearly see Red Side trying to make plays to get the LeBlanc ahead, trying to find plays on the opposite side of the map for the GP. But the problem is when he's making plays in the top lane, GP can still affect that bot lane with the ult. And there's no threat of the Shin ult. They can kind of go forward without any worry.
And we saw somebody in the chat say, oh my god, he got Gangplank again. Which leads me to believe that this is something that he excels on, and he's kind of just in that comfort pocket.
Yeah, I mean, looks very clear. The Navori's completed now. That's 2 completed items on the Gangplank. Money Printer Gangplank is online now. He's going to be getting plenty off those barrels in top lane. Xayah on that first item, Emilio as well. So, window right now where really SOG wants to slow the game down, right?
Yes.
Stop the fighting, take a couple seconds, get their carries onto items. LeBlanc not quite on that finished item mid lane. And LeBlanc really is the pressure point right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's your lane that's done well. You put the Rift there. That's where you want. You need to get LeBlanc roaming around the map, making plays. Because there's a lot of gold to be gotten. LeBlanc shutdowns on Xayah, Emilio, all would be great.
No, absolutely. And they've done a good job of forcing Xayah to use her ult, but they haven't had follow-up damage. In that last fight, it was clear, a little bit of a skirmish up here. Nice barrel chain. I gotta say, I used to play a lot of Gangplank. That was the first time I got to gold, was off the back of Gangplank back in season 5 or something. I don't know. One of those seasons. But it's a great champion to play. Circles are the absolute best shape in this game. And Gangplank's full of them. Rel obviously looking for a target right here, walking up, being in an offensive situation, gets the double stun right there. The exhaust immediately going on to Feisty. The Sejuani ult actually going a little bit wide. They miss it right there. Xayah is the targeted teleport coming from behind, but Shen's here as well. We're going to find ourselves in a 3v4, but the Gangplank ult is leveling the field. That's so much damage, and Suboptimal Gaming is in a lot of trouble here with such low health bars. Lots of people almost getting to safety. That'll be the Rel falling, but that situation could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, they managed to get all the sums off of Xayah.
Oh, Dreamy in a lot of trouble right here. That's the passive popped, and they fall to the fire. Explosive is huge.
I'm going to make an early prediction that Gangplank does not make it through to the second game.
I'm going to get in on that bet as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that one doesn't make it through. But they try to make a dive bot lane because top lane's kind of in a situation now where Gangplank's really hard to make a play on, right? The WCC immune, if you don't land the taunt and ult, it's very hard to kill, and he can turn it around really fast with the ult. And the only place they can really go is the bot lane. Unfortunately, Xayah very good at getting out of situations like that. Melio has a lot of tools also, so they're in an awkward position right now where they need to find a fight where they're advantaged, but Malphite has a great TP behind them, a 4-man ult to follow that up, and you're searching for things as SOG right now, hoping to find a pick.
Absolutely. Twempest has been playing into their strengths remarkably well here. Dreamy walking up, getting a lot of damage. Well, getting some damage down onto this Malphite, getting the pop, getting that extra CC, but it's clear that Malphite is just not afraid anymore. They can take some damage from that LeBlanc and be A-okay.
Yeah, Jack Show finished, and as we said earlier, Malphite's done the job. Survived the early game pressure from the LeBlanc. Now LeBlanc on the Ignite doesn't have the teleport to match, and Malphite now just wants to clear the wave base, keep LeBlanc.
Oh my god, Xayah, so much damage walking up, trying to get that kill onto the Kai'Sa. Let's see if they can do it. One more auto will do it, and it's just going to be Rel saving their ADC's life.
Whew. That was close, but great job by Rel. Interrupting there, stacking the CC to make sure 1,000 damage barrels we just saw.
Dude, so massive. Oh, God, it is so fun to play Gangplank when you've just got you're ahead of the item curve, you've got everything you need, and you know just shit is just gonna melt in your path. And Gangplank, for what it's worth, has done a pretty good job of being able to split kind of deep into enemy territory and still provide pressure here. He's juggling a lot of plates and able to get away with it so far.
Excellent job. I mean, the timing on that W also. The second he's taunted, hits the W, walks out. Doesn't even take a tower shot for the auto on the taunt.
Yes.
Just really good job.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I do think, like, Suboptimal is going to find themselves in a position where they have to find some sort of creative angle. Maybe pick somebody who's not expecting to get picked. I think even taking Emilio out of the fight if they find a chance where it's sort of just in that 1v2. But then again, the Xayah is so strong right now. So it is a difficult decision for Suboptimal right now. And I think you're right. At the moment, it's just, can we slow the game down? Can we fill our coffers and get enough money to sort of buy our way into the next hand? Maybe sometime in the mid-game, maybe mid-late game. Dreamy doing a little bit of scouting here, is going to get back over the wall. Whew, that was a little bit scary. Wasn't sure if Malphite was going to drop everything on him.
Yeah, it's always scary blinking into anywhere that Malphite is. If Malphite's fast on those hands, it might be a one-way trip, but we look like we're going to have a fight over this dragon.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Shen ult is on the field. Rel walking up. Sejuani as well. Dreamy on the back end. Feisty trying to stay the safety on the side. That's a massive Rel engage right there. A lot of damage. Feisty finding their way to the back line, but Xayah is just so massive. She has to reposition herself, get that shield, but it does look like Suboptimal is getting cut down here. And now with the speed up, they're able to follow up, take Feisty out of the fight as well. And it's a double kill for Gangplank. And oh my god, look at the damage coming out of that guy. A triple kill, a full ace into the dragon. Twempest Flame is on a tear.
Yeah, Gangplank is online. 3 items, so much damage. It is a really good engage out of Suboptimal. It's just, they kind of just hit him with their wallets.
Yes.
That fight, even though they get the Dream engage, the item difference is big enough right now to where they can give up an engage like that, and Malphite, Xayah, the others are strong enough to just clean up the fight. Right now, yeah, you're just hoping to hold out. Looks like it is going to be the second Rift Herald going over to Twempest Flame.
No, absolutely. And I think Suboptimal Gaming has their lessons sort of cut out for them for game 2. I think they, there's still a lot to happen in this game, but I think they've got sort of a short list of what they want to let through, how they want to play, what they need to focus on for game 2 here as well. But only 3 Drakes down so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you're in a game like this, a lot of times, you're just prepping yourself for, hey, we hope they make a mistake, hope we can get back in it, but, what are we thinking game 2? How do we adjust for the next game? You're talking, keeping spirits up, things like that. And the early game wasn't that bad. It felt like the gangplank obviously is an issue to somebody, on TF that's very good at gangplank. Obviously, their top laners are extremely good at it. So taking a guy named Explosive off of that champion might be a good idea. Because I do like the comp. Really good from SOG.
Yeah.
But something maybe to adjust for game 2. Gangplank, I very highly doubt's making it through.
Oh, yeah. No, I do think you're right on that. Juice Fox, when do we hear about the Denny's? Juice Fox, what would you like to know about the Denny's? There's a lot of Denny's talk in these hallways. Also, thank you so much, Kamikaze, Jaguar, Bubbly Benny, and Chai SSB. Thank you so much for being the newest investors in the low-budget LCS. Yep, fight happening right here. Dreamy goes over the wall. Just a little bit of scouting right there. Uh-oh, the CC gets off. That's the flash. That's the Malphite ult. They take Dreamy out of the fight immediately, and Xayah just has her pick of the litter. A massive front line. Can't be punched through, and even Malphite just causing trouble on this back line. Alone, taking turret shots. Doesn't have a care in the world, though. Let's see, though, if they can get him. Maybe Malphite's overstayed. Maybe this is a way to get some shutdown gold. That's going to be Sejuani picking up the extra gold right there and getting another kill.
Yeah, very much needed there. Malphite walked a little bit too close to the sun there, but got to give a shout out to Xayah. Excellent route play to get that pick onto LeBlanc. LeBlanc is spawning. Looks like we're going to have a fight over Baron.
Dude, Sejuani going to go for the steal. Sejuani dives over, goes for the steal. Holy shit, Sejuani gets it. That's the steal. That's what SOG needed. A massive, massive pickup of the Baron, and Suboptimal is able to retreat to base.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about during this game, Suboptimal's been able to get pretty good engages. They've just been getting hit with the wallet, but getting a Baron just extends that timer, right? They got an early Dragon, so there's no soul point currently, and the more time you give, the more those item differences, stop mattering.
Oh, dude, give that Sejuani a raise. SOG the rat fucking diving over. They say, what's up, guys? Don't even worry about this. I'm going to take it. I'm going to pick up this Baron. They get over. They get the steal. They flash out. Minimal losses. And you're right. This is something that just extends the game. They are able to sort of buy some time. They can use this Baron to end. And what would Oh, God, Explosive.
Oh.
You little sneaky.
Oh.
I don't know why Gangplank's walking away right there. They're going to walk forward. Kaisa. Oh, wait. Can they do the 2v1 right there? That's going to be a lot of damage going on to the Rel. That's going to be a lot of damage going on to Explosive. A flash over. Feisty wants this. Holy shit. 1,000 gold shutdown. Exactly what that Kaisa wanted.
Yeah, that's not nothing. That's 1,000 gold. And GP doesn't get the trade there. It looked dicey for a second, but 1,000 gold onto Kaisa. I mean, that's huge.
That's massive. Listen, SOG finding wins here, right? And remarkable ones as that. A Baron steal into 1,000 gold shutdown? Yes, please. I will have another of that. Widlini, though. I don't know what's going to happen right here. That's going to be a Malphite ult onto Widlini, a taunt away, but the ghost from the Udyr, don't think you can run out of that. I don't know that they're going to be able to channel their ult either. It's going to be slow, but they are going to pick the shed. There it is.
I do like the attempt on the ult. I really like the attempt.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a chance that Udyr just bear slaps you a little bit early and they don't have an interrupt.
Listen, let your enemy make a mistake if they're gonna. Oh, shoot. Dreamy going in. Jesus Christ. Dreamy going in, taking a turret shot right there. Rel trying to back up, but health bar melting down. Look at this. So much damage from the Xayah, and absolutely Udyr being able to slap that stun down onto the Rel. Ignore the black screen. We'll be back in just 1 second. There it is. A classic horrible feature of the spectator client. No idea why it keeps doing that. On to this dragon. This is going to be their third dragon pickup.
You get the third dragon. GP gets that inner turret mid. Notably, Kaisa does finish the second item. That's huge. Kaisa gets the second item off that goal from Gangplank, being able to take the top first tower there. Game is relatively large gold lead, I'd say, for TF right now.
Yes.
But we've seen the ability for SOG to make picks, right? That's been a huge part of this game. Is they have punished some of the overreach. The only problem is they still haven't gotten to this Zaya. And in
Right.
all the fights where it feels like something starts to go well, Zaya's right there just to,
Oh, Dreamy, look at this trap from Gangplank. Absolutely brutal. Pretty sure that was just one barrel. Think he autoed and queued the clone there.
I believe so. Dreamy wants to wake up right now.
Ain't that the truth? And without Baron, this is going to be a little bit rougher, but it bought them valuable time. They do have newly completed items. The gold lead is a little bit softer here with Leany, though. Probably in some trouble once again. The 2v1 situation. We saw Shen get caught last time. Let's see. They do have flash up. They do have teleport up. They're maybe trying to get to a point where they can flash away. There's going to be the flash. Let's see if they have the taunt over a wall. Very clever. Finding an angle back into the Baron pit, cutting back in, but now Rel in a rough spot right here. Maybe caught in this choke point. Udyr so fast. Nice defensive use of the Sejuani ult. That's going to slow them down for just a minute, and they are able to reestablish fight line. Shen is able to escape, hopefully regroup with the team, but Dreamy now on the... So, whoa! A triple barrel from Explosive! That is the sign of an amazing Gangplank right there. That is not easy to do, folks, and now, even though he's separated, dropping that GP ult back onto the tower, giving his team space to deal some damage. Oh my god! This guy has amazing Baron chains, and this is going to be a fight right under the tower right there. So much damage from the Zaya. Sejuani falls in the end with Leany. Even through the ult, they're able to cut down his team, and this will be Suboptimal Gaming's base being broken into. The inhibitor being worked on right now. They've got a fat wave they're able to slam into these Nexus turrets, and they will go right to work as Shen dives in, trying to buy his team some time. But that will be with Leany falling. Even with Dreamy coming back up, it does look like Twempest Flame is going to take game one of this series.
It does. I mean, a masterclass in counter engage, and Twempest Gaming, outstanding job here. Can't say enough about the Zaya play in this one and the Gangplank play. Obviously, talked about it, don't expect Gangplank to get through the next game, but it was beautiful while we got to see it.
Dude, ain't no way Gangplank gets through in this game. In this next game for sure. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you so much, Jurassic, for the raid. What's up, folks? Welcome to the low budget LCS. We have just finished the first game in a best of 3 series. 2 undefeated teams at the top of their group, duking it out for that first place, securing that playoffs spot. Welcome to the show. We'll be your guides. I'm LaChance, and I'm joined by Vega tonight.
Another frag.
Happy to be here. We got a banger, game 1.
Dude, and a perfect guide for how to extend your lead as a Gangplank and to really lean into it. Hot damn. Hot damn. What do you think game 2 conversations are like for Suboptimal? What needs to be done?
I think really you're just talking mental reset, right? You're saying like, hey, we let them have the Gangplank. We thought maybe we'd have an answer for it. We didn't. Let's ban that out. Our early game mid was good. Bot lane, we had an early gank that went well. We obviously were able to get out to a little bit of like good play there. You just want to reset and say, let's give our top laner a good matchup. Let's set this up to where we don't have to deal with the Gangplank, and we can be the proactive team. Because I really felt like there were some bright spots early, but once that snowball started to happen and the Gangplank came online, they didn't really have an answer for it in a side lane, much less for when GP dropped the ults to make the 4v4s uneven also.
Absolutely. Jurassic, what's up, man? I enjoy your guys' stream, so I brought my community to check you guys out. Thank you so much. Welcome, one and all. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much to Kragios, Prudish Duckling, Tigo Bez, thank you so much for being the newest investors in the low budget LCS. We will see you at the board meetings in Vermont at the Denny's. You got to go around back, talk to our buddy Todd. He's the assistant manager. He'll let you in. Pancakes are on us. Thanks so much for the follows, guys. Couldn't agree more with what you're saying, Vega. Absolutely think those are the steps that need to be taken to get these guys a game 2 win. But we did see some great sparks there, some moments of brilliance, that Baron steal, that pick onto the Gangplank. Feisty knows what's up, and also that first pick The first kill of the game was a picture-perfect pick by Suboptimal. They put themselves on the board early. And so because of that, I do think that there's a lot of life here in Suboptimal.
I agree. And, you don't get to be an undefeated team this far into the season without being able to adapt.
Right.
For doing a little bit of look back, Suboptimal actually has had a couple of their games go to where they lose the first game and win the next two. So they're very much a team that's used to, hey, we kind of felt them out in the first game. We got an idea of what kind of they do. Let's make adjustments. Let's change our draft up. Let's figure out what we want to do for the next couple games and lock back in. So I'm fully on top of, believing that they can do that. And also, they take the blue side, which I like a lot. They're able to get the priority picks here. They're able to do, and unfortunately, that means for us that the curse is broken. You will have to change the graphic.
I will have to change the graphics. They do switch sides. It was such a good run, dude.
This is a first. It was a great run, but you will have to change the graphic. They have switched sides.
Dude, I was cruising for so long. Didn't have to move a goddamn thing. But you know what? The stream hasn't crashed, and that's a real big around
You're gonna
these
curse
parts.
it.
That's true. You hope that talking about your fears means it'll make it less scary, but you're right. I'm just, maybe the caster curse will work.
You know what?
opposite of
Manifest
that.
it. We're gonna manifest
We're gonna
no
make
crashing.
It fucking happen.
We're manifesting no crashing.
Beautiful. Give us, give us your strength. Send your prayers. Sandbag. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's my B. That's my B. I fucked that up.
I will say Suboptimal's their strategy inherently I liked a lot, which was to have kind of a divey bot lane where they could, team fight with. They had a mid lane that could make plays, a proactive jungler, and kind of a split pushing global pressure top lane. We do see bans. The GP is gone. The Xayah banned by Twempest Flame here, which may seem surprising to some people, but Suboptimal does play that a lot too recently. It's been banned against them several times, so it is a shared champion between the two. See what follows up here, because Suboptimal does get first pick now. We'll see if they kind of stayed the course with what they did last game, similar comp, or if they want to change things up now.
We will see. I'm also going to hand out those schmeckles, those bets. Choose
Goodbye,
prediction. Twempest Flame won, right? I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Twempest.
That is right. Yeah.
Flame
You're making
won.
me second guess myself, but yes.
Perfect. Okay, excellent. Enjoy that hard-earned cash, folks. Kaisa, first pick. Yeah, coming in here.
I gotta say, I did like the Kaisen game one. Didn't really get a chance to shine, but when you talk about issues they had in their first game draft, the Kaisa really wasn't it. Love the Ashe in response. Ashe could go support, AD carry, opens up a lot. And the Udyr being hovered. Udyr was awesome in that game. It looked like early Udyr was going to get set behind, but bounced back very well, was able to get off a couple key ganks and pick Shin off in a side lane a lot. And a lot of people talk about Shin has global pressure, but he can't ult somewhere else if you're ganking him.
Right.
So good job taking the pressure to the Shin. So yeah, I love the Udyr pick here. So far, I mean, there's only one pick on blue side, but I like that.
Shen, they're hovering it here as well. They liked it. They want it back.
They have played Shin, Yorick, Shin, Shin, Yorick, Shin, Shin in their last 7 games. So I think they do like the Shin. It's something they're comfortable on. And with the Gangplank gone, now Shin is the global presence top lane, right? You don't have to worry about the GP ult coming in on top of you. It's a little bit better matchup into a lot of other things. GP can really abuse Shin. And ooh, the Diana. When I said their mid lane loved assassins, I meant all assassins.
Yeah, you were not kidding. Now the question is going to be, what targets will they have? I do like that this is an assassin that sort of has that engage tacked onto it as well. They kind of showed us with this, with the Rel, with the Shen, with the Sejuani. They are big fans of that, team fighting style. We can wombo combo, we can drop all the CC on. And I like that Diana is going to give them another piece of that pie.
Yeah, and one thing you always want is something to carry the Shin in, right? Something that's going to go into that back line that Shin can kind of, hop on the back and ride in there. And Diana's a great tool for that.
Yes.
The Galio picked in response. If you're getting dove by people, what's a great pick? Galio. You can fly around the map, save your teammates, taunt everybody there. I really like this pick, and we saw last game. They're totally fine playing melee mid laners against aggressive other mid laners and just surviving the laning phase and getting to that team fighting. So love that pick. Also semi matches the global of Shin. Galio can't quite go anywhere, but it does give a little bit. As long as Galio's near the lane it's happening, can ult in and provide a little bit of that pressure.
Right. I'm interested by these by that Nocturne ban. It seems like Twempest Flame is saying, listen, we see what's going on with all this global stuff, all this map pressure. We're going to take a potential tool away. Have you seen Suboptimal play a lot of Nocturne, or do you think that's more of an ability play?
I've not seen them play it personally or anywhere in their history, but one thing that is really annoying when you're Galio is Nocturne ult, because you can't actually click your allies to ult to them. If Nocturne turns the lights out, you're unable to use that kind of counter global against them. And also, it really pushes your communication if you're like, I'm getting gone on by Nocturne. I can't see anyone else. And also, I didn't know there's a Shin on top of him right now. So just taking that away and saying, we just don't want to deal with it just in case.
Gotta say,
I like that.
I love the SOG love, the Suboptimal Gaming love that's happening in the chat right now. Spam this donger to make SOG stronger. It's a great chant. It's a great cheer. It works. We'll see if it pays off in game 2. And Luffy, happy to get you a coffee. You want cream and sugar? You want an iced coffee? You want a hot coffee? You want any syrups in there? You just let me know what your order is, man. I'll get it to you lickety split.
The Rel again. I do think Rel had some really nasty engages last game.
Yeah.
If they weren't behind in gold, I think it would have been extremely good. And the Mordekaiser, I do like Mordekaiser against dive. So a lot of times he can do one of two things. He's either left alone with the one person not diving, or he can eliminate the initial threat by just taking them into the engage and being like, okay, cool, you got your Diana ult on me alone.
Right. No, absolutely.
And Jarvan.
Yeah, Jarvan. Locked in here.
I love their commitment to engaging. They're like, you know what? Last game, I think we actually just didn't have enough all in. LeBlanc wasn't in there enough. We're going to draft Diana and Jarvan and really be in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Luffy is a part of our Twitch team Broken. Of course it is. 9x Toxic Player. How does one join a team for the LBLCS? There should be a link for our Discord in our Twitch description somewhere. That one should work. Hop in that Discord. Change your name in the way that the Discord asks you to reflect your roles, and hop in that free agents channel. That is the way.
That was good. We do get Soraka last pick. Yet again, we have complete engage against counter engage. Ash can kind of play both, The ult can be used to, hit people engaging on you. Can also be used to make plays across the map. But Galio Soraka very much wants you to engage, kite back, and, make you blow everything. So I'm going to say similar to the first game, except now I do fully believe that Twempest Flame can play the counter engage comp.
Yes.
We'll see. Historically, Mordekaiser is a counter pick to Shin. So we'll see how that matchup plays out. I do like Twempest Flame's kind of ability to draft so that their top laner has favorable matchups. But you got to give a shout out to SOG's top laner who says, you know what, guys, I'll play Shin. I'm going to play the team player. I'm going to ult bot. I'm going to get you guys, advantages. Just draft me Shin in the first 3. I don't care if I'm counterpicked. I'm here for the team.
Absolutely. And we are going to start the prediction. Feel free to bet your schmeckles on who you guys think is going to win. We're going to stay on this screen for just a second while they draft this in the client. And then I'm going to move a bunch of graphics around in your goddamn faces because once again, dude, here's the thing. Vega, I know that there's a button that lets me do this in secret. They just moved the button and I don't know where it is.
They did. It drives me crazy.
Dude, do you know where it is?
Okay, are you using Slobs?
I'm using Streamlabs desktop.
Yeah, okay.
And I need you to know something. I'm a fucking idiot. This is my technical ability.
It took me a while to figure this out. Hold on.
Dude, yes.
I'm gonna pull it up. So it used to be in the bottom left, right?
Yes.
Okay, go to the top left.
Top left. Motherfucker.
Studio mode?
God
they
damn
moved
it.
to the top left.
Son of a...
I don't know why they did that.
Oh. Give me a heads up or something next time.
I know. I
Streamlabs.
just logged in and was like, was I like subscribed or something? And now I don't have this.
I just kept forgetting to learn how to do it in between streams, and then I would sit down to stream because sometimes, you know, I'm sliding into home base 3 minutes before the stream starts, and then we're like live, and I'm remembering, motherfucker, I fucking completely got that wrong. Okay, hold on. This is life-changing. Let's go to that. Let's do this. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. The movie magic is back.
Now we gave you guys like a
Another
behind-the-scenes
friend.
special edition, but now we're back to regular scheduled programming.
Yeah, the regularly scheduled mess-ups. Oh, that's in the wrong place.
I want to sponsor a team for next season. I've only got $5, but I'll give each player $1 if you make your logo my face.
Dude, you're saying that as a bit, but that's gonna go through. Someone's gonna do that.
I'm totally on board.
Someone's gonna do that.
You have to name yourself
easy
the Vegamites.
They'll fucking do it, dude.
Um,
There's like, I think we've had over 70 teams participate this season. You're definitely gonna find a team that's gonna say yes to that for next season for sure.
Vegamites team. Yeah, if there's a Vegamites team, that's it. I'm not gonna give you anything, but I think it's a good idea. I'm not biased, but I think it's a great idea.
Come into a stream near you. Also, Xeres. Oh, that's a hard one to say. Xeres. Xeres. Neomeda. And Modest Ace, who was modest enough to use some real ass words in your Twitch name. Thank all three of you so much for being the newest investors in the low budget LCS. Thank you guys for the follow. We appreciate it so much here. Listen, if you guys like the stream, maybe next season you want to play on a little team I know called the Vegamites.
We're scouting now, so just keep your DMs open, guys. You never know.
Yes, it's Xerxes. It's Xerxes. Thank you, Kempsada. Thank you. I knew, like the Persian king, of course. We're all extremely familiar with the Peloponnesian Wars. Was that the Peloponnesian Wars where Persia invaded Greece? I know Persia invaded a bunch of times. I believe Xerxes built a motherfucking bridge of boats to cross a huge body of water, and he marched.
That did happen.
Dude, that's so baller.
Well,
in the
that
ancient
allegedly
times.
happened. But
Yeah, that's fair. So go the stories. Yo, Vega, did you ever play Mega Man Battle Network?
Oh, I was just talking about this the other day.
Dude, yes! I
said Mega Man Jack in, and someone didn't know what I was talking about, and I was like, you never played Battle Network? That game's awesome. All of them were.
Oh, it was so sick. I remember being at camp with a fucking Game Boy Advance, just crushing Mega Man Battle Network. Did you see that they're coming out with like all the legacy versions?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I'm-
That and like, okay, the GBA era was like my favorite era of gaming
Yes.
because I played like Fire Emblem, I played like
Yes.
Advanced War.
Oh,
I played,
dude,
like,
yes.
all those games were just like everything. Any of that stuff is like perfect. I can't even play new Fire Emblem games because I'm like, I lived in the golden age of Fire Emblem.
It is hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to go back and be like, dang, guys, you did it perfect the first time. I'm so excited for that. I hope that I don't have a Switch or a Steam Deck, so I'm curious how like the port is gonna be, but it seems like I'm gonna get a Steam Deck eventually, but
Yeah, I probably will too.
I think I'm curious how like a keyboard will feel, mouse and keyboard on this, or if maybe I can put like a PlayStation controller in.
Yes, I've tried that before because I just have like an Xbox controller to use for random stuff, and it's okay, but I need to get a Steam Deck. I know there's just so much, especially since I travel a decent amount. I know it's worth the money.
Yeah, it seems, as our Steam libraries grow, it just seems like it's going to be a real great pickup. Juice Fox 21, interesting question. What's the best way to practice casting? That's a great question. I'd have to say you got a couple of different avenues. One, I think broadly, you can kind of determine if you want to do like play-by-play or color casting, even though that's not necessarily important. But grab a buddy, hop in a Discord call together and spectate one of your friends' games and just sort of do bits with each other. Just cast it as you would for a stream, and you can kind of go that route. We, a lot of us at the LBLCS got a lot of practice very early on because we were the people who set up the league, so we were like, all right, we'll do some of the casting as well, and just very slowly over time, we've sort of become self-taught here. Vega, how about you? We only just met a couple of weeks ago, so you've had a completely different casting evolution.
Oh, I will echo a lot of the same stuff. Really just grab a friend and do it. Probably one of the best ways. I've done both. I've done play-by-play and color. And for play-by-play, when I would practice, this is going to be weird, but a lot of times I would just open my friends list and find someone who was just in a game, and I would just spectate the game and cast myself. And just try to work on like modulating my voice and creating hype, or I would replay like a team fight in the game like a couple times just to be like, am I catching everything happening? And on the flip side, for color, you just kind of try and create a narrative, point out things, add to what your play-by-play is saying. And the best way to do it is get a friend who play-by-play cast or someone who could just kind of do it for you and just go through like that, just adding, what would I want to hear at this moment? What's something interesting in the game that people might not notice, and over time you just grow, you get more comfortable with it, and really just casting more is what helps.
100%.
Thing I used to do, I used to make CS:GO lobbies with 5-on-5 bots and let them play and cast it like it was a tournament.
Oh, that's sick.
Just as like, how can I? Oh, this team's got this record. This team's got this record. Blah blah blah. And just try to like get used to it.
That's great advice as well. Sandbag's got a good comment as well. Sandbag is another great caster who will hopefully be on the Thursday stream coming up. I believe there's maybe it's an 8 o'clock game that night. But Sandbag is an excellent caster as well. So definitely record those if you'd like, and also just like let yourself unwind, relax. I think a lot of the best ways to one of the things you're practicing is just like letting yourself relax a little bit and just know that it doesn't matter if it's good or not. This is all fucking fun. You know how many often we fuck up here? A lot. And honestly, it's mostly me. Vega's pretty
I do a
good.
lot too. Sometimes we'll go back and I'll like watch the game over and I'll be like, I didn't even notice this was happening.
Yeah, that.
Also, can you stream?
Oh, mother. Shoot, that's my bad.
It literally died right as the game started. It was going fine.
It's the worst. This game, I swear to God. Okay. Thanks, Juice Fox. You're excellent. And keep us abreast of your casting adventures. Let us know if any of that was useful information. Excellent. Game 2, motherfuckers. We're back. Sorry for the constant swearing.
I love that.
Twempest.
I'm ready.
Twempest Flame versus Suboptimal Gaming. Suboptimal Gaming up against the wall here. Once again, two undefeated teams duking it out. And Explosive showing that he is just as comfortable in close combat as he is with ranged, ready to bully Houdini back. I'm curious to see how some of these story arcs that have been built in Game 1 will resolve themselves in Game 2.
Yeah, and you asked me in Game 1 what I thought the most interesting lane was, and I thought it was mid lane. That turned out to be the only lane to not get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2, a little bit trading here.
Oh, I took a drink of water at the wrong time. Dreamy taking more damage, choosing to go back in. Hell yeah.
Trading back. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to go top lane this game. I want to see how explosive the Mordekaiser can be. Because we saw the gangplank, but we'll see if that translates over when you're off your main.
Yeah,
right?
There's the pull in, the taunt away. No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he's got the farm lead right now. He's clearly very comfortable with shoving these waves in. He's establishing, I believe he's going to drop a ward right there. We've got junglers on the top side. But look at this. Look what Mordekaiser's doing. He's walking into the enemy jungle, just poking his head around. He's looking for Jarvan. This guy, Explosive, is absolutely fearless.
Yeah, he's a game wrecker. I mean, he absolutely changes how the game's played. We do see Udyr pathing around the top now. Gonna back up that more. Diana has the first roam out of mid lane, though.
Yep, absolutely. The Rat walking up here. He's going to go for the flag and drag. Dreamy coming around as well. Galio not quite there yet, but with Leany also walking. That's a flash over the wall, getting the taunt on the back line. Let's see. First bloods. 2 people falling at the same time. We're back to a 2v2. And I think Shen's going to go down as well, electing to allow his mid laner to get the hell out of there. That's going to go well in the favor of Twempest Flame.
Yeah, I got bad news. The Mordekaiser has 2 kills, so...
Shit.
Much like the Gangplank who got the early lead, we now have a Mordekaiser with an early. The good news is Diana does get a kill there, which you really do need Diana to pop off in this game. And another good thing is the Ashe Soraka can't invuln like the Melio Xayah can, right? There's more dive ability onto this lane than there would be the Xayah. The question is, now that you have that side lane in the situation it's in, how much is that going to impact the map, right? How much can Shin be able to ult away when he's getting pushed in? We'll see how well he can play that weak side top lane now.
Absolutely, and Arvos on that Udyr showed us how willing he was to continually gank topside, to continually make trouble for this Shen. And it seems like they're going to stick to that same game plan with this early gank up here. Oh, that's a good shield by Woodlini, though.
Yeah, I do like this trading because Mordekaiser hasn't based yet. So this is your window right now. Shin is, even though Mordekaiser has 2 kills, he hasn't spent that gold yet, right? Still in the pocket.
That's a really good point. This is a rare window for Shen to capitalize on, where he actually has better stats than Mordekaiser does right now.
Yeah, I love this from bot lane from Ashe and Soraka too. They're playing as if they're junglers here ready to gank. Udyr is on bot side. He's not here right now, but you don't know that. You know, if you're on blue side right now, if you're SOG, you don't know if Udyr's not waiting to blast Cone over right there.
Absolutely, and that ward is about to die too. You could have some really unlucky timing for SOG, but they are going to see it. But will they run? Let's see. I don't know if the mana's there for the Kaisa. I don't know if the... Oh my god, a forced flash and a dash away. Barely getting to safety.
Awesome silence by Soraka, waiting until the last second to silence, so Rel gets that panic of, oh, I can't W right now. I have to flash immediately after, or else Udyr's gonna catch me. Great use of that. Bot prio provided for them now. Diana will get the push in mid. We see some vision cleared out, but yet again, really good early game from Twempo Flame. Sorry, I always forget 1W.
Dude, I'm having a lot of trouble saying Woodlini a lot. It reminds me of Tortellini. Good flash right there. A flag and drag for the re-engage. Avaros diving around, just hunting, looking for an angle in as this Udyr. He's so fast, and he just wants to punch you in the face.
Yeah, the problem is for Diana Jarvan there is they are a very great combo, right? There's a lot of CC, there's a lot of burst there, but Udyr and Galio are probably the 2 people on this team you don't want to engage on. Those are the 2 that can kind of weather the engage and not get blown up. So that's why they opt to not turn around on that fight. It's a good call to just say, hey, Galio, flash down. You know, we trade flashes mid lane, essentially. We want to use those engage tools on the bottom lane, or bursting out Mordekaiser before he can ult, right?
Absolutely. This dragon, it feels takeable. You know, it's hard not to think of this game in terms of, like, what does suboptimal have to do to win this game, because there was such a dominant performance by Twempest Flame in that game 1. And I think, okay, just a little bit of light damage being thrown out there. I think dragons, you know, might be the key. The dragons are just, I feel like, a nice thing to invest in when you're like, what do we want to do? Not 100% sure. Let's pick up these neutral objectives.
Yeah, especially when you have bot prio like they do. They take a little bit of damage here, but I think they're fine to do that. They know they're just trying to keep pressure while Jarvan souls the dragon out here. Dragons do a lot of great things. One, obviously, they provide a tool for late game winning the game. But also, if your team you think might get behind, they're a great tool for stalling, right? The enemy team can't get soul if you take an early dragon like this. It upsets that tempo that the other team might have.
And
so,
speak
great play.
of the devil, they're working on that right now.
There it goes.
Yeah.
I think that's both games. They get first dragon.
That is true. Yeah, we did see some really good early performances from Suboptimal. Lil Robot Man, LeChance Licks Toast. What's up, dude? Lil Robot Man tuned in for all 4 of the fucked up streams last night. Really appreciated that. Ninja for Prez, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. Happy to have you here. Rel being pushed off. This wave, Kaisa gonna collect a lot of farm there. Much needed to even it out. And Udyr's here on the bottom side of the jungle. Rift Herald, currently unprotected. Diana is up there, and they've got eyes on Udyr as well. Oh, I don't think he saw that pink ward.
I don't think he did either. Walked right through. We didn't see a ping on it or anything like that. See if he passed back towards it, but I do like Udyr moving in here, getting vision while the blue side jungle for himself is up. We'll be able to steal a camp and fall back. Also, maybe looking... See Jarvan pinging on the way to exactly where Udyr is. There is the Galio ult here to join.
They're looking for blood. Yeah, this could very quickly turn into the 2v2. Now, the Twempest Flame bot lane did just back. Okay, he's going to be caught out. Both of them do have level 6 right here. Dreamy as well. Galio waiting for it. Probably going to start channeling this ult very soon. There it is. Diana getting out of the way, but the rest of the bot lane is showing up as well. And even with the Ash Arrow, Rel jumping in this Jarvan ult, this is what Suboptimal Gaming needs. They're going to try and hunt down this Galio. There it is. Goes to the Jarvan, and they're ahead in kills.
Yeah, we love that. I mean, the CC stacking. We talked about how Diana and Jarvan can't really go in on Galio Udyr, but Diana, Jarvan, Rel, Kai'Sa can go in onto Galio and Udyr, and it works out. They're going to get a plate. They pick up 2 kills. They bounce back a lot of that gold. There's no dragon to take. There's not much counterplay. There's going to be some plates taken in top, but Shin gets 3 assists off that. That is huge for getting Shin gold.
Absolutely, and I think at this point you're just, you're doing the graceful dance in the top lane. 3, 4, 5. Does the last one kill him? Holy shit! That Mordekaiser, that was either 4 or 5 turret shots. That was wild.
Yeah,
how much health does he have?
It can't be a lot. That must have been a massive shield. Yeah, thank you, Riot Camera, for panning us.
Doesn't want us to see the interesting thing that's happening.
Look away, chat. Don't watch. Shin does have the TP to get back and collect that wave, so ultimately nothing really happens there, but a great play for them to get some tempo, get some gold. Unlike last game, they're able to make a play that isn't punished on the other side, right? They're able to make a play onto the mid jungle. There's no dragon to take. There's no Rift Herald, getting taken on the other side. That's really good. Kai'Sa has a kill now, is accelerating those items. Diana finally in the mid lane, able to get a play off on the enemy mid laner to where they get a little bit of lead on that assassin.
Absolutely, and well, look who it is. Another sub from someone you don't know. 42 months, currently on a 42-month streak. Absolutely huge. And what's their message? It's LeChance licks toes. While there's a small break in this fighting, I'd like to point out, this is the guy who made LeChance licks toes. It's not based off anything. It's just alliteration. And this guy would just keep saying it. And it's got this Odysseus effect. The fact that I'm sure we're all familiar with, the Odyssey, Odysseus being trapped in the Cyclops cave, and he starts talking to this Cyclops, who I believe he's blinded at this point, and he tells him that his name is No One. And so when the Cyclops finally gets out of the cave and he runs to his father Poseidon and he screams into the ocean, he says, "I've been blinded." And his father says, "Who has blinded you?" And he says, "No one has blinded me, no one." And for some reason, Poseidon's just like, "All right, no one blinded you." Anyways, someone you don't know has the same goddamn effect because his name is someone you don't know. And I have to tell this long story every once in a while when we have new people show up because
that was wonderful.
It's a whole thing. It is wonderful. It's truly, I'm so impressed by it.
Maybe a gank top. I always feel mixed about watching ganks almost happen to Mordekaiser because Mordekaiser has ult and he just essentially just says no gank for you and takes one of you.
It's a really difficult guy to pull a gank off on, and he is, listen, the farm lead in the top lane is absolutely massive, and Explosive has really shown it's not just the gangplank. He knows how to press a lead. He can really be oppressive.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part sometimes when you're playing Shin. When your team's calling for an ult, you don't always have the wave and exactly the way you want it. Sometimes you just have to ult away to save a teammate and give up some of that farm. And that's what's happened here. You hope that it, pans out. You're hoping that the gold you got off the play is going to turn into, a lead on the other side. Because Shin will become tanky enough eventually to just kind of farm under tower.
Right.
And not worry about, Mord as much. You're just hoping that the other 4 in your team, the advantage they get from the Shin ult is enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think that he's resigned himself to this situation. Ooh, being a little bit cheeky, being up here, trying to get that kill onto that Rift Herald so there's not that extra charge, but it does go off, and Medlini is the target of explosive. He's shown before he can take the turret shots. He's fine with doing it, and an engage down here on the bot lane. This is going to be the exhaust dropping right onto Feisty, but it is going to fade. Rel doing everything they can, and in the Cloud Drake stolen right there. A great steal. Baron was stolen last game. Dragon gets stolen this game. Great Galio. Alt Dreamy re-engages, gets the Galio in the end, but across the board, this is overall going to be a complete ace for Twempest Flame. They absolutely win out on that play.
Yeah, Diana is able to trade a kill back, but it just felt like Twempest Flame just had a read on the Dragon play. Udyr runs straight from base to the Dragon. They didn't have vision, but they just kind of had an idea. I think if Jarvan's not top covering this Rift Herald, they're probably going for that. The 1v1 in top lane obviously goes the way of Mordekaiser. And the bot lane, feeling the pressure of the Dragon getting contested, forces an engage, trying to just say, hey, we can't let these guys roam up the Dragon. You know, we had to keep that at 2v2. And unfortunately, the Ashe Soraka able to make the play. Just a great job here from Twempest Flame.
Yeah, absolutely. They are really putting the pedal to the metal here. Gold is being showed right now, Amanda the Panda. We are going to take a peek at it right here, and by golly, if Mordekaiser doesn't just have the biggest pockets I've ever seen.
Yeah, it turns out it's not just the Gangplank. He's just a really good player.
Yes, that's always a fun revelation. Like, I think the guy got his one trick. Nope, he just is really good at this game and has, worked hard at becoming so.
Yep, so props to Explosive for not being a Gangplank one trick, actually being, it's possible to be a two trick. But,
oh, yeah.
Actually, I think the League of Legends official account tweeted today, it's okay to be a one trick. That's one more trick than most people have.
That's great. I love that. That's real positive.
Yeah, so, honestly, yeah. Just outstanding play in top lane, both the games. Being able to punish when Shin ults away, and great job by the other four of being able to make plays when Mordekaiser has a lead and, win the 4v4 despite the early lead.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now Galio's been rotated up to this top lane, which, I'm sure Mordekaiser, okay, they're going to go in for this. Taunt going on, Jarvan, the flash, and drag is going to get flashed away. Great instincts from that Galio.
Yeah, I love this choice from Twempest Flame to say Diana's the really powerful point right now on the map. Let's move our Mordekaiser to the Diana and say, well, we'll put strength on strength. We believe Mordekaiser's, got more gold right now than Diana. It'll be really hard for them to make plays onto this Mordekaiser.
Absolutely. Now this Jarvan walking around, they've got it. There is just so much pressure being exerted by Twempest Flame. God, this game is full of tongue twisters. Ashe Arrow gets fired. There it is. Gonna follow up with the slows, the silences, and the rest of the team able to come down, collapse. They're angling to get this Rel, and they are not gonna get their man just yet. Rel with the re-engage, and look at that, Jarvan diving in too. Right in this Jarvan, Ulti's able to keep them at bay, giving them a little bit of time to get to safety, but the rat will get taken down. Dreamy is the next to fall, and even with all the CC and great timing, Twempest Flame still overcomes. They get the kills, and they're gonna get the tower too.
Yeah, I can't say it. Mordekaiser's very tanky. I don't know how many tower shots that was that Mordekaiser ate there before having to back out, but they pretty much set that dive up. I mean, SOG does a great job counter-engaging, getting the four-man Jarvan ult, locking them all in, and trying to get the CC. But like last game, they just kind of beat them over the heads with their wallets in that one.
Absolutely. And they're able to do it, and so they do. And, I mean, sometimes that's half the battle in this game, is understanding just how strong you are and how to bring that weight to bear. And we can just see that that is just not a problem for Twempest Flame. They know what they're doing. Galio might be subject to a pick here. We're going to find out. Jarvan certainly angling it, but the camera wants you to watch. Udyr clearing a ward. All right, back to this. The flag and drag knocks up the Galio. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for the 3v1. Can he do it? He's relatively tanky, but it does look like there's the teleport, but he will get taken down, cut out of that teleport, and that is going to be suboptimal, picking up another kill.
Okay, let's look at the bright side. Suboptimal has a great wombo combo. They've been able to show that they can get CC onto multiple targets throughout the game. Diana does have kills in this game, and she's really the one that needs to land the giant ult to pop people. Ash has no flash right now. They don't have flash on Galio. There's no teleport. There's an opportunity to make plays.
Absolutely, and they're finding them. That's a great pickup right there. Yeah, we're not even at 20 minutes yet, so Rift Herald able to be picked up there, and let's find out how they use it. Get that much needed gold injection. Gotta watch out for this Mordekaiser walking up though. Explosive is, as we've discussed, the most dangerous man in the world right now. A flag and drag to safety. Dreamy trying to be up here in the front line. A little bit hard to tell if you're ever safe, if you're near. That's going to be a great Jarvan ult, keeping him, trying to keep him in tower range right there. Rel dropping everything onto him, but Mordekaiser's still going to get that kill. Massive shield going down. Explosive. Galio coming as well. This is just the whole kitchen sink getting thrown at suboptimal. They are backing their team up tooth and nail.
Yeah, so close to getting that kill, but the Galio ult coming in, giving those bonus resistances is enough, and unfortunately, the Rat is in a trap with the Mordekaiser ult, and they just aren't able to help.
Yeah, it's certainly a rough spot right there, but they had the right idea. They did almost take Explosive down. They probably just needed to pull the trigger a second or two earlier when he was just a little bit closer to that turret. But again, the right idea is in their head. They know that they've got to take these guys out of the fight if they're going to have a chance.
Yeah.
Dragon getting burned down. 2-1 on Dragons right now. And now, in 20 seconds, Baron is going to be on the table. Please ignore the black screen once again. Don't even worry about it, Riot Games. Thank you so much. Okay, 2v1 right here, diving in onto Explosive. That's the Shen ult channeling as well onto the Diana. They get the taunt as well, but Explosive is just so big. He's so massive. He actually gets a kill out of that. Rel goes down and gives him enough time for the rest of the team to show up. That's Diana taken out too. Willini forced to flash to safety here, but is he safe? That is the question. God, Twempest is vicious.
Yeah, great job using their lead. The Mordekaiser is raid boss status now. But really shout out to the other four members too. Collapsing at great times, even when it feels like Mordekaiser may have overpushed or overplayed the hand. Outstanding job setting up and playing around that CC. The Galio ults have been on point. The Ashe has been on point. Udyr has been just annoying enough to keep this game, keep any openings out of the way. And unfortunately, for SOG, they're trying to find an opening here. I love the call to go on the Mord when you see him alone. They just don't quite have the damage yet to do it.
No, they can't kill him in time. And also big ups to Twempest Flame for always backing their team up. They're never just like, oh, you'll handle that. They're using these ults they've got, the Galio, to they're not saving it to protect their Ashe. They're using it offensively onto Explosive, who is now just slapping around. There's going to be the Mordekaiser ult, pulling him into another dimension, drags him down to the basement, wants that fight, getting that kill. Massive Rel engage right here at Baron pick. Galio charging up with the ult, gets the knock up onto the Rel. The Rel goes down in the end, and a 3-for-0 and a Baron pickup is a massive play for Twempest Flame.
Yeah, outstanding play. Ashe Arrow
oh
coming
my god,
out.
Ashe Arrow connects on that. Gives Explosive time to grab him. Even with the taunt away. Damn, you gotta give it up for cross-map arrows. Even though that wasn't full cross-map, that was very sick right there. Explosive. I mean, the turrets, they might as well be minions to him at this point. Now there is a defensive chance here. Suboptimal is respawning. You're gonna have 2, maybe 3 people here for this final defense. That's going to be Rel diving in. Absolutely massive engage. Jarvan gets to the backline trying to find themselves a kill, but the Rat is just getting cut down. So much damage on the side of Twempest, and Dreamy, even though they make it to the middle, is just getting evaporated one after another. Twempest cut through the storm, and they are going to take this series in a clean 2-0.
Outstanding job from Twempest Flame. Getting the lead, punishing with the lead, and got to give a shout out to their coach. It's a pretty good draft, both games. Love the identity both times. That's going to be a clean 2-0 at top of the group for them.
Woo! Absolutely stunning performance from Twempest Flame. They clearly came in with a plan. They knew what they wanted to accomplish, and they just didn't hesitate. Absolutely wild. Lowering Flex and the fucking dinosaur won. Thank you so much for being the newest investors in the low budget LCS. Clean play, just like my series. Hell yeah. Oh. And look at those damage charts. Explosive once again. Just tops.
Would you say it was explosive?
I would say that. I'd say that is spot on. All right, let's see if we can do a quick interview with one of these folks. Oh, look at the camaraderie, excellent sportsmanship in the Discord right there. Both of these teams full of wonderful players. One person, two. Boy, howdy. Gosh. Vega, what'd you think of that second game?
Outstanding. I mean, it kind of parodied to the first game. They weather the storm early, the aggression, and they punish the Shin. They punish the second the Shin ults away. Mordekaiser immediately takes 2 plates, gets a CS lead, never looks back, right? Mordekaiser second gets a lead, punishes immediately, and outstanding job to the other players on the team. Because I feel like in games like this where one person gets really fed and is really strong, it's easy to focus on that. But the Ashen Soraka did an outstanding job in bot lane, keeping damage, keeping it to where they couldn't be ganked easily. You know, they held the wave in front of their tower pretty much the whole game there. And then in the end of the game, popped off for carrying. The Ash arrows were outstanding. Soraka, I think, was 0-0-14 in that game. Outstanding job, because a lot of times Soraka's the one getting dove, right? So, outstanding job there. Yeah, can't say enough. Just a clean game.
Really wild. All right, well, we've got our guest for the evening for our rapid fire interview. Joining us up here on the casting couch, we got Explosive, an absolutely explosive match. Congrats on that game.
Thank you very much.
So clear, we had a conversation. We saw you on that Gangplank, and we were like, damn, you're dropping triple barrels, absolutely applying pressure all over the place, on point. Ults from that Gangplank, and we're like, maybe it's Explosive. The name is for this gunpowder related champion. And then we saw you on the Mordekaiser, and we were like, all right, this guy just knows how to play top lane.
Yeah, top lane's been my home. I took a brief stint during last season away from top lane, and then turns out big mistake. And then SNC picked me up after the scouting grounds here, and yeah, I'm back to top lane, back to my home.
Wait a second, you got picked up after our scouting grounds event?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the event worked.
Which is funny because so far on the opposite side of the bracket, Group A, their best team has a lot of the players I played with in the scouting grounds event. Naughty Sharks. So that's gonna be fun.
Oh, that'll be sick come playoff time.
Yeah.
That's massive. Well, want to fill us in on your experience joining a team that you met off of Discord? How has it been getting to know everybody? How's it been working into comms?
This team is absolutely awesome. Our comms have gotten so much better as a team throughout the past couple weeks. I mean, it's absolutely awesome to come together as friends as quickly as we all have. We all, play on our free time off of our practice days and scrim days. And we just have a great time overall. We have fun. We know our game plan. So we just try to make the best out of every single week that goes by and, grow our relationships with each other. And it's very much fun.
Wild. Vega, any thoughts, any questions for our man here?
Yeah, I just want to know, what's it like to live the top lane fantasy of watching Shin ult away and you're left alone with tower plates and CS for 5 minutes at top lane?
Yo, it's so awesome, man. That's why I told our coach, I'm like, so yeah, you guys brought up the Explosive being in my name. So Paboba actually brought that up a couple weeks ago on stream when I played it. And I didn't even realize it because I am a GP main. And I didn't even realize it at the time that my name actually correlated with that. I just like the name. And
Subliminal.
And whenever someone locks in chat, I'm like, ooh, GP's open. I get to free farm for 4 to 5 minutes every 2 minutes. I love this game. So it feels great when that gets to happen.
Dude.
I love to hear it.
Amazing. Congratulations on securing yourself the first place spot in Economy Group B. We've only got a couple games left for the regular season, but are there any teams you have your eye on, or are you guys just focused on playoffs now?
We're really focusing on playoffs. A lot of the teams on the opposite side of the bracket we actually know from scrims and whatnot. Law U over there, we've scrimmed them. Gathering Storm also used to be a part of SNC. That's where we're a part of. And they switched their name to Gathering Storm, and they are, one of the scarier teams on that side of the bracket, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on them as well. But overall, we're just looking to see who we're facing in the first round of playoffs.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congrats again, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank you all. Thanks for the cast. Thank you all for watching.
I
love it.
Pleasure. Nice human being, seems like, on these teams here. Everyone's getting along real well.
How can you not love playing with that guy? I mean, I would be so hyped up and happy playing, hearing that in my comms, like during the game. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just excited violence reverberating from the top lane. Hot damn, folks. We've done it again. I think there was one other thing that I just wanted to say, which was Juice asked if there's a minimum elo for a good caster. I don't think any of that means a shit. If you listen to what I'm really saying up here, just talking about broad concepts, do whatever you want, have fun, be whatever you determine entertaining to be. I think it's all up to interpretation. Sandbag, no crashes. We did it. It's because Vega is the good luck charm. This is it.
I had to exchange my luck of team sides for luck of not.
Yes, listen, we had to trade off one thing, and I think that's a pretty easy trade.
Yeah.
Before we go, Vega, anything you want to shout out? Any recommendation? Any books, TV shows, anything in the last week that you've fallen in love with that you want to put out there?
I got two things. One's a suggestion and one's something for Juice Fox in chat. First, I'll do my suggestion. I started Vinland Saga while I was traveling. Yes. I'm into season 2. It's awesome. I love it. So yeah, that I would recommend that to anybody. And for Juice Fox, I do a lot of color casting, which usually is the one I think that people point to where they're like, oh, you got to be high elo to color cast. I didn't recently become high elo until like this year. Mostly I was like gold plat level, but it doesn't really matter what elo you are, because playing the game is so different than watching the game and noticing trends and talking about it. Like, you can be really good at explaining a concept and not be able to do it in game. So don't get yourself down. If you're not high elo, you absolutely can become a color caster or play-by-play, whatever elo you are. It's just about talking about the game and making it easy and accessible.
Well said. Could not agree more. Ooh, The Wild Moose, Ranger's Apprentice, absolutely excellent YA novel. Ranger's Apprentice all the way. Fucking slaps. Hell yeah. You know what I've been watching recently that has really surprised me? Like, really surprised me.
What?
Young Sheldon is a pretty good show.
Okay. All right, guys. It's been fun tonight.
It's nothing like The Big Bang Theory. Listen, it's a great fish out of water story about a young boy and his heightened intelligence and, a family that's just trying to make it work in Texas.
I'm on Young Sheldon TikTok, and I don't know how I got there.
Dude, that's amazing.
I don't know how to get off.
Oh, my God.
But I see stuff, and I'm like, if this were on TV, I would just watch it.
Dude, yes. Oh, I got some real... what? Oh, I saw some pretty crazy, like, Instagram reels, like some Bookstagram reels, that, people were recommending some really wild books, but I can't remember. I'll come back next stream with a full presentation.
Next time you have me, I'll have a book recommendation. I didn't have anything new this week.
Also, Vinland Saga, it slaps so hard. It's so amazing.
Good.
Are you more of a manga or an anime human being?
That's tough. I do read a lot of manga, or as we call it in the South, mango.
Ah, you're a manga pronunciation household.
I've been corrected by my New York girlfriend into saying manga now.
I was like 13, I think, when I walked into a Barnes and Noble, and I was flipping in my head. I was like, do I say manga? Do I say manga? And I said manga to the Barnes and Noble book person. I was like, do you guys have any manga? and he just leaned over and he was like, I'm so glad you didn't say manga. People like went on this whole tirade, and it's just always stuck with me. I was like, you seem like you're kind of a mean person, but it scared me into saying manga all through my life, and now it's just
This is who I'm going to be from now on.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm kind of the person who's like, now that I've watched Vinland Saga, I know when I finish season 2, I'm immediately going to go, okay, time to read, because I am not waiting for the rest to come out. I'm going to go read it.
Oh, it's so good, man. It's so good.
Like, I read My Hero Academia and Chainsaw Man
Nice.
before watching it.
Yes,
but then on the
likewise.
flip side, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen and then was like, oh, this is awesome. I want to read this.
Yeah. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen
So it
is
depends.
so
New
fantastic.
Chainsaw Man chapter came out today for anybody who's
I read it. Yes, there's a
So
crazy
good.
fight that's going on right
Oh
now.
gosh, I love this. There's like a very sad moment and then a very funny moment in this chapter. It's a great chapter.
God, Chainsaw Man really throws you through a loop. I'm curious who that hand that we saw today.
I want to know so bad. Oh my gosh.
I genuinely read like pretty fast, and so sometimes I read too fast, and so I like miss some details. So I'm wondering if that's been like set up, and I
always hit the Reddit thread immediately after reading a chapter, and I'm like, did I miss some panel corner somewhere
Smart.
that someone saw and was like, hey,
Smart.
did you guys see this? Funny enough, my next tattoo that is on the front of my thighs is the astronaut. That's the astronaut scene, the cut in half astronaut.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm
Beautiful.
getting on alternating.
Oh, that's
Because that's
awesome.
my favorite. It's like my favorite panel in any manga ever. That scene.
Oh my
I think
God.
I think it's the only panel I've ever read where I got like actual anxiety, like reading that whole sequence where I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Oh, Blue Otter League rating with a party of 25. What is up, folks? Thank you so much for swinging by the low budget LCS. Blue Otter League, by the way, an excellent league as well. If you're looking to have your amateur League of Legends needs filled, those guys absolutely slap. Have you arrived at the end of our stream where we're just kind of talking about manga and anime? You're damn right you have. But you're welcome anyways. In the seconds I assume before you go and do the rest of the things you got to do tonight. Maybe fold some laundry, maybe read some manga. We've been talking about some great ones. Vega, you got to show that if you'd like that tattoo when you get it, because I'm
absolutely
sick. All right, very, very cool. I'm excited to see how that comes out. Cool. All right. Well, I mean I could talk about manga and anime until the proverbial cows come home.
Yeah.
But folks, don't forget to play Mega Man Battle Network. Here, let's raid somebody as well. Why not just like continue to throw this group of people around?
Raid train.
Do you have any suggestions, Vega?
Do I have any leagues or anybody that's live right now?
What do we got? Oh, I think I found one. Oh, I
Do you
found
have
someone
somebody?
who's doing they're in a grand finals right now.
Ooh, a grand final.
Exciting. How grand.
And final.
And final.
And final.
And final. Ooh, vocab word for the day. Supercilious.
What does that mean?
Supercilious. When someone's speaking to you in a supercilious fashion, they're talking down to you. Sandbag, that's exactly who I was gonna do. Style Esports. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Let's all see if supercilious behavior or looking as though one thinks one is superior to others. Supercilious, work that into your conversations. Real quick, throw out, anybody got favorite words? Vega, you got a big word you've liked using recently?
I'm
putting you on the
That's one
spot.
I've used
You don't
recently.
gotta
I
have
know. It's not really a big word, but I have been using juxtaposition a lot lately.
Oh, hell yeah. Sometimes a word will just work its way into your speech, and it just gets stuck in there for a while.
Yeah. this isn't a real word, but I have been calling people Rick Moranuses lately because it sounds like
What?
ignoramus. You know Rick Moranis, the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
I've been saying like that guy's a real Rick Moranis because it sounds like ignoramus.
A Rick Moranis. I love that. A Rick Moranis is an ignoramus.
Yeah. Someone in solo queue called me a Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh, that's
and then I was like, I'm not even mad. This is such a good insult that like a lot of people will have to stop and go out and Google what that is. And yeah, that one hurt, but it was good.
My favorite League of Legends insult, not even really an insult, that I saw was just years ago when the what was it? Years ago, the game took forever to log in, so it was just a super long loading screen. And first thing somebody says when we get in is, looks like someone's playing League on their mom's Kindle Fire. And I don't know why, but that just tickled me in the right way. Someone you don't know, absurd is an amazing word.
Yeah, absurd is a good word.
Versimilitude.
Scuba's a good word.
Scuba? That's a good one.
It feels good to say.
It's got great mouthfeel. That's
yeah,
true.
Great mouthfeel. This is off topic, but
yeah,
my girlfriend did put out a vlog of our LCS finals thing. If anybody's interested in watching it, I'll put it in the Discord.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But you can see me and my 10-year-old child and girlfriend at LCS finals.
Oh my
which is really
god.
cool. She was really sad 'cause she's a FlyQuest fan, but
well,
still fun.
You can't win them all, but absolutely. What channel are you gonna put that in? You want to shout out?
What do you think's best? What do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think
peruse the channel.
You've got pretty much free reign to put it where you'd like. Community is not a bad.
No, we're just gonna put it.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Hell yeah. Well, you guys can check that video out. Nerd voice. Hold on a second.
Wait, is it really?
Shut up. Sandbag. Is that for real? Scuba's
true?
an acronym, not a word?
Also, is Sandbag Q like Schoolboy Q's little brother? I can't help it now.
Wait a second. I gotta look this shit up real quick. You're not gonna drop that on me and...
Yeah, you can't change my life.
Scuba. What does it stand for?
It's self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. I did know that. Wait, I did know that.
Oh my god, I didn't. That's crazy.
I had heard that before, but my brain just did not make that connection.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, that's great. This is sort of like another example of like ATM, automatic teller machine.
Yeah, the ATM machine.
Yeah, automatic teller machine.
Yeah, like SMHing my head, all the classics.
Right, yes, of course. Yeah, we're a real acronym society these days. Beautiful. Oh, it was on today. It was on Reddit. Oh, boy, Reddit will give you a lot of facts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this GD dang thing here. Starting the raid.
GD dang.
Style esports. Starting this raid. Folks, thank you so much. I've been LaChance. I've been joined by the wonderful Vega. And guys, just have a wonderful rest of your night. Go have fun, folks.